Good morning, fifth grade. I hope you guys had a great long weekend. This week we're gonna actually, before we get into that, sorry, what you need to be successful for today, you need something to write on and something to write with. So, pretty much the same stuff we needed all last week, you'll need again this week. Today, or this week, what we're going to be doing is working with fractions times fractions. All right. So transitioning away from whole numbers for a hot minute and moving just to fractions times fractions. So today we're going to go over a couple strategies, practice a couple problems, and then I've got some activities for you to do as well. Okay. So if we think about a half times 3/4. Now remember, we have a half times 3/4, that's the same thing as 1/2 of 3/4, right? So if I'm thinking about this and I'm trying to really think about why does this make sense? How can this make sense? My first strategy would be to draw it out. So if I want half of 3/4, I'm going to draw my 3/4, okay? There are my 3/4. I'm going to shade it in. Remember, it doesn't have to be the whole thing you're shading in, just the general idea. And then I want half of the 3/4. Cut it here. Oof, that's a bad half, but you get the idea. And then half of those 3/4 would be 1, 2, 3. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3/8. Okay. Now maybe some of you are remembering that when we have 1/2 and we multiply it by 3/4, and you may see this connection now. We got this answer of 3/8. Huh. Interesting. Wonder if that's a connection. And it is, because that's going to be our second strategy. We just use multiplication, right? So we know that half of 3/4 is 3/8. So we could do 1 times 3 and get 3. 2 times 4 and get 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you these two problems, okay? So pause this video, solve both of these problems, and then when you're ready, come back and we'll go through them together, all right? Have at it. Okay, so the first problem, I have 1/4 of 3/5. So if you chose to draw it out, there's your whole. I need to break it into 3/5, or sorry, into fifths. 1, 2. So there are my fifths. I'm going to shade in 3 of them. And then I need to break these fifths into fourths because we want 1/4 of these 3/5. Oh, that didn't work. Let me use the line this time. And we'll make it red just so we can see it. That's a bit better. Sorry about that. Okay, now we want 1/4 of the 3/5. So that area would be right here. So give us 3/20. Now, if some of you are thinking, well, that's a pattern that I'm seeing. Both of our products so far have had a 3 in it. That's just a coincidence. Don't think anytime we're multiplying fractions that 3 is going to be your numerator, because it won't. We could have also done 1 times 3 is 3, 4 times 5 is 20, 3/20. So this one, the way it's written, right, these are both the same, still means multiplication. This one kind of lends itself better to just thinking about just multiplying across. So that would just be 4 24ths, or 21st. Now, if you did draw it out, you would still get 4 21sts, right? Because you would break it into sevenths, shade in 2 sevenths, break it into thirds, shade 2 thirds of the 2 sevenths, and you would have shaded in 4 21sts. All right. So your work today is you have a workbook page to do on Schoology. Okay. So just like we did last Tuesday, do the work. If you need to print it out, use Notability, just write it on paper, and then upload it into the assignment that'll be there for it. I also want you to go onto Flipgrid and answer the following question. The question is, normally when we multiply, the answer becomes larger. But now we're multiplying fractions and the product is getting smaller. Why is that? All right? So think about that and explain why that is. Okay? Now, it doesn't say to reply to any of your classmates' Flipgrids, but that would be a super cool way to stay connected, have math conversations with each other. And please remember, I have office hours today from 1 to 2. That Zoom link is on Schoology. Okay, if you have any questions, you want to come in, say hi, go for it. All right? I hope you guys have a great day.